100 naira ko. Esamba ko.
Good morning, viewers. Welcome to another edition of your favorite morning show, Lagos This Morning. And today we'll be giving you discussions ranging from political topics and also entertainment and the world of sport and lifestyle as well. But before we delve into the discussions for this morning, I'm Olajide Taufik Olamide, and I have with me here my wonderful co-host.
Good morning, viewer. It's good to have you back on the show, Lagos This Morning. I know it's been a while, but we're back. I'm glad it's Alozie. Welcome.
All right, quickly let's take a look at the top stories we have for you this morning. Labour suspends strike as TUC demands 200,000 naira minimum wage.
On the next, we have subsidy removal, painful surgery needed to save economy, coming from Wagelagos Hashim.
Yeah, counter-terrorism not backed by intelligence is of no use. That's coming from President Bola Tinubu.
Admits for subsidy, jets, fuel, cooking gas price crash.
And also, woman almost dies while trading her husband.
Unilag undergraduate shot dead over stolen phone.
Yeah, moving forward, let's take a look at the newspaper front pages we have for you this morning.
We'll start with The Nation. On the front page, we have fracas as Ogun Tribunal begins sitting. Proceedings not affected.
Don't hoard intelligence, Tinubu directs security agencies.
On the next, we have Jimoh Ibrahim rates President's development plan high. Health workers call off strike conditionally.
Obi didn't win in Nasarawa, Atiku's witness tells courts.
Uzodinma, APC governor supporting Abbas. Carlo Akpabio Wike Umahi visit Aso Villa.
Labour suspend strike plan. Moving on, we have Daily Trust. On the front page of Daily Trust, we have court stops EFCC, ICPC and DSS from detaining ex-governor Yari.
Traders count losses. Looting sprays as Kanu government continues demolition.
On subsidy removal, Labour suspends strike as TUC demands 200,000 naira minimum wage. Federal government unions open room for more negotiations. Industrial action threats to peace. That's coming from the IGP. And also, Kwara reduces work days to 3.
That's interesting. Amidst subsidy removal, jet fuel, cooking gas prices crash.
Moving on to the front page of Nigerian Tribune.
On the front page, Tinubu would develop Nigeria, says Jimoh Ibrahim.
And also on 2023 polls, court finds Keyamo 10 million naira for filing frivolous suit against Alhaji Atiku Abubakar.
On 10th NANS, court stops EFCC, ICPC, DSS from detaining ex-governor Yari.
NLC TUC suspends strike as tentative deal reached with federal government to meet June 19 to agree on implementation framework.
Alleged 190 million naira fraud, court discharges acquits SHOS Orosanye.
National Assembly presiding officers, North Central insist on speaker slot. Says SGF was personal compensation for Akume.
Wike Akpabio Umahi meets with the president, Tinubu.
As bandit kills 2 farmers, abducts 30 others in Kaduna State.
Drama as thugs storm Ogun government election, petition tribunal, governor election tribunal.
And on subsidy removal, Kwara government reduces work days to 3 for civil servants as Oyo constitutes salary review committee.
Presidential election petition court, Atiku PDP call additional 4 witnesses tender more evidence as Obi Labour Party tender election result in 8 more states.
Moving on to the front page of Vanguard this morning, we have Nigeria's trade balance record slight decline to 927 billion naira.
On the subsidy, NLC TUC suspends strike. Labour and the federal government to meet again on June 19, 2023. Federal government, TUC and NLC to establish joint committee to review the proposal for any wage increase or award and establish framework and timeline for implementation. As federal government, the TUC and NLC to review World Bank $800 million loan and implementation. On
SPV saga, court declines to order Atiku's arrest, fines Keyamo 10 million naira.
On the Owo attack, survivors groan, families of victims relive sad experiences 1 year after.
On Presidential Tribunal, Obi tenders result of 8 more states in evidence.
Counter-terrorism fight must be backed by intelligence. Coming from Tinubu.
Atiku versus Tinubu, I signed Nasarawa result under duress, witness tells court.
Real Madrid reserve number 9 shirt for Kane.
Interesting. Moving on to the front page of The Punch this morning on Nigeria hair. Reps grill federal government officials today.
Presidential election, Atiku witnesses alleged poll fraud.
And also foreign trade declines by 2.6 trillion naira over forex shortage.
On subsidy, NLC kicks as court stops strike, police warn hoodlums. Labour faults interim order. Bank aviation workers join planned strike. IGP orders police commissioners to prevent breakdown of law and order.
1 billion naira petrol, other smuggled goods seized in May. That's coming from the customs.
Tinubu will turn economy around, Jimoh Ibrahim.
Moving on, Unilag undergraduate shot dead over stolen phone.
Federal government records 930 billion naira 2-month fiscal deficits coming from the CBN.
And moving on to the sporting scene. On NPFL Super 6, drama, anguish, relief on day 2.
Adebayo predicts baptism of fire for EPL teams.
And also Moses Caicedo of Brighton and Hove Albion agrees personal terms with Arsenal.
And Boniface laments league title miss.
Spurs want 100 million for Harry Kane as Liverpool reach McAllister's agreement.
United won't win title with Kane. Rice.
Rashford set for long-term Devils contract as Messi's father confirms son wants Barcelona return.
Okay.
Yeah, and also Fred hints at Old Trafford exits as Chuba Akpom wants Middlesbrough stay as well. That's all we have for you on the newspaper front pages. Before we go into the main discussions of the day on the main headlines, we'd like to go on a short break right now. We'll be back.
Nereko, Suspends.
All right, guys, welcome back to the program Lagos this morning. Before we move on to the main discussions of the day, let's take a look at our feedbacks. Here, Dutchman Pound says, "Good morning, Ola Dewali. Good morning, guys. Good morning to you all too as well." Peter Olalikon said, "We thank God for this morning." Renato Media, good morning, my people. James Bora, good morning from Germany. Thank you for joining us on the program today, sir. Thank you. Like in full price is not funny at all. Push mom, good morning to us all.
Good morning and welcome program today.
Lagos this morning. All right, let's take a look at let's delve straight into the topic of the day. Labour suspends strike as a TUC demands 200,000 naira minimum wage. But before then, we'd like to inform everyone that we will be moving to Flip TV Plus. To join us on our programs, as from tomorrow we'll be on Flip TV Plus. Just search Flip TV Plus on YouTube, you'd meet us there.
Yeah, in case you don't understand, Flip TV Plus is our sister channel.
Yeah.
We drop amazing content there as well. If you notice, for a while now we've not been on the show, that's because we want you to be informed that we are dropping content on our sister channel, Flip TV Plus.
Yeah, and now we'll be dropping the link into Flip TV Plus in the comment section, so you can take a look at it. Let's go straight into the topic of discussion of today. Labour suspends strike as TUC demands 200,000 minimum wage. This 200,000 minimum wage, is it actually feasible? At times we tend to, would I say we, or the labor union per se, from 30,000 naira minimum wage right now going up to 200,000 minimum wage. Is it not too much, or they expect the government to I'm just looking at the distance between 30,000 naira and 200,000. Is it even feasible? We have so many states that are in debt. So how do you expect these people? Even Nigeria is in debt already. 77 trillion is not a joke. We are in debt already. And now just immediately, and also if you are talking about stopping or just put immediately, it will take years. It will take probably a year or 2 or 3 to 4 years before we start seeing the change. So I think talking about 200, increasing the increasing the minimum wage to 200,000 naira, I think is just outrageous right now. It is unrealistic to me personally. I think that's just what.
Even if that will be achieved, it's going to take a good number of years, because even the little minimum wage that they're already in, like, do the government meet their demands?
Exactly.
In that? They don't. So coming up with 200,000, that's a whole lot. Initially, I didn't want to talk about it. That's why I said I don't know. But then, even if they are to implement this, it's going to take years. It's not something that will happen immediately. It's going to take a while before it comes on board.
Yes, it's going to take a while. Let's have your comment. Let's have your opinion. The phone lines is open. You can also call in. Let's have your opinion as well. And also, subsidy removal is a painful surgery needed to save the economy. That's coming from Olawekbo Ashem. Subsidy removal. Many people.
I understand that, like most of the presidential candidates, during their campaign, a lot of them did mention that they are going to remove fuel subsidy, which is not bad. Yeah. Because like we heard them say rightly that fuel subsidy can be seen as scam. Something like that. But then if you are to remove fuel subsidy, like I was having a conversation with someone yesterday, we are supposed to make sure that our refineries are working. Yeah. At least to a large extent. We have how many refineries in Nigeria? At least 4. At least 2 should be working very, very well. So that if you are removing fuel subsidy, we know that we have a working refinery. Then you can implement whatever you want to implement. But looking at the whole thing, I don't think any of them is working at least to a good extent, And then you are removing fuel subsidy, and then the announcement came in a way that people were not even prepared to hear that kind of thing at that time. Yeah. Without even proper arrangements or even preparations for Nigerians to actually know that, okay, this is what we are going to face. In no time, this is what is coming. Yeah. It just took us by surprise. Slept in the night, woke up the next morning, this is what it is. A lot of people are still trying to adapt. Coming to office, like something that we spend 200 naira is 500 naira.
Exactly.
And Nigerians were not even ready
I also understand that some of them will say that there's no time that Nigerians will ever be ready. There's no time to be ready, but then we needed to be pre-informed.
Exactly.
You know, a layman there, okay, they will say, someone actually said that it's not this present administration that started the whole thing. It was in the past administration that they've already removed the subsidy even before the new president came in without it being officially announced. But then a layman in the village does not understand what you're saying.
Normally.
You know, well, we needed to take these things to the grassroots, so that they will have the idea of what is coming. Because right now there is inflation, which the fuel subsidy, of course, price of goods are increasing.
Exactly.
Transportation is increasing. You know, cost of living generally has increased because of this, and Nigerians were not even ready to face it as at when it came. Even though no time is ready, you understand, no time is meant to be or something like that, but then we needed to be pre-informed. There's something like, okay, you address Nigerians from the month of June, this is what this thing is going to take effect, so that everybody will come to our consciousness that, okay, this is what we are going to
prepare,
you know, so that we can actually put our mind and fix our mind to it. And I understand what the man said, that is a painful surgery. But then person who won't undergo surgery gonna say he won't do surgery.
It will just be impromptu.
You just wake up and be like, let me go to the theater. I don't know who does that. So you can put yourself together, probably eat the necessary food, you understand, so that you can actually enter the theater for it.
Even just to prepare your mind.
You understand?
Yes. And now what I think about the subsidy is that you know, the adverse effect. You know, right now transportation fare has increased drastically. It has increased so much, where we used to, you know, ply the road about for just 200 naira is now about 500, 600 naira. So I think that's the first thing that's going to happen. And also what I think the government should be doing right now is that right now an average Nigerian, depending on the electricity, would always have a backup, which is the generator. And if you need to put on your generator, you need fuel, which we are now buying for about 550 naira now per liter, which was not even up to half of that before the subsidy was being removed. So I think right now they should focus more on the power sector now, because an average Nigerian, even all Nigerians, everybody in the whole world will depend on electricity. The average man out there depends on electricity. If you want to go out there now to buy even a loaf of bread now, these factories are depending on electricity, and the more they buy this fuel and diesel at high price, the more is the customers that will suffer, because they would add up the prices up together. Probably a bread that goes for 1,000 naira before would now be about 1,500, 1,600, 1,700, and people will have to eat. So I think right now, if we have a stable electricity for now, people won't need to be buying this fuel every time.
There was even national blackout. As at Sunday, I'm like, okay, there is no lights, and then you can't even purchase fuel. Just imagine that. We have some comments here from our viewers. Thank you so much for joining our program this morning. Don't also forget that we did mention that Flip TV drops amazing content on our sister channel, Flip TV Plus. So please do well to subscribe to Flip TV Plus. Okay, we have Mr. Damien Osaz. Good morning. Good morning, guys. What's up, Gladys and Ola? We are doing very well. It's been a while, and it's good to have you back. He says Nigerians like praying, so let's pray about everything while the country keeps getting declined. Okay, Senegal is just an example to see what the people can do. We have a monopolized refinery now, and we want a better nation, not to forget it's private. I'm beginning to think these politicians are kids. We are used to blaming someone else. Wasn't there a right and left inventory by the
outgoing and incoming
regime? Why is anyone blaming the past regime? Okay, probe the past regime then. Oh, I forgot. Our judiciary is a child's play.
Well, you know, when we talk about probing the past regime is also the same, would I say the same body of the present regime, because they are both in the same party. So you can't say we should the same person in a particular space should now be pursuing his own family member. It's just like, you know, there won't be transparency there. They'll just tell you, okay, we've probed this person and we didn't find anything incriminating. That's what they will come up with.
You know, this whole fuel subsidy and the whole thing. You know, someone actually asked, Please, I beg, I don't understand. What is the fuel subsidy? Can you
Yeah,
imagine?
that's what. See, many people don't understand fuel subsidy of a thing. It's just that this fuel subsidy, I think majority of our stakeholders out there and also religious leaders, they need to do a lot of sensitization. An average Nigerian does not even understand what subsidy means, and it means that the money that we're paying before for fuel is not the actual money, but because we don't have a functioning refinery that they should have done, they should have used this money for subsidy to fix the refineries. Because we don't have refineries, so they now say, okay, out of, okay, let's say per liter is 550 naira, so we would pay a certain amount of money, which is the federal government, then the people would be paying probably 145 and the remaining part of the money. That is subsidizing the fuel price, not to allow people to, you know, avoid the fuel. But we realized after removing this fuel subsidy that in Benin Republic, in Cameroon, the cost of fuel has increased, which means they were subsidizing the fuel of Benin Republic, Cameroon, and all other neighboring states with Nigeria's money. So this thing should have gone for a very long period of time. It's just scam.
Thank you. You know, sometimes, like, I just feel that Nigerians, we know too much, but we allow our politicians to use us a lot. I don't know if that's correct.
We know that these things are happening, but there is nobody, there is no appropriate body to take care or to undo the whole situation. Because it's like reporting Peter to Paul. Reporting someone, okay, let's say a family member now is very bad, and you are reporting the person's brother to that person. It won't work. You need an outside influence to make a change in the system. Just like, you know, you are reporting the state governor to the police officer. This person is working under the governor. He obeys his command, so there's nothing he can do.
Well, the truth is that, you know, life is just becoming just something else. Like, seriously, you know, you wake up like, sometimes I go home from work, you know, sleep, wake up in the morning, I'll be thinking, who knows how the road is going to look like today. Hold up on the road, I'm like, is this truly Lagos?
Of course.
People are no more driving their cars.
Some people even want to sell their cars now because the cost of buying fuel now is something else.
It's even much.
It's something else.
I think you did say something this morning. You said that in UK, a liter of petrol or fuel is sold for about 500 and something naira.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, Nigeria we are going to, but then you also mentioned that look at their minimum wage.
Their minimum wage is
far high. Then look at the minimum wage of Nigeria. I actually saw a report, which I don't know how true it is, that our minimum wage, they are thinking of bringing it down to as low as 20k.
That's not possible.
I saw that report last week. I'm like, are these people kidding me? Imagine paying a core member 20,000 naira. You know, and I was actually paid 19,800 when I did my NYC. No, you guys flexed. You guys were paid 30,000.
What was the inflation like during our time and your own time?
Okay, please, if you're watching this program this morning, please do well to call in.
You can call in, the phone lines are open
on the comment section, or if you have the phone number ready, please do well to call in. And also don't forget that we are switching over to our sister channel, Flip TV Plus. We'll keep saying that until you get it. If you've not subscribed, please do well to subscribe to Flip TV Plus. Just in case you don't see us online here on Flip TV, just know that we are
on Flip
TV Plus.
Here we have a feedback from Mr. Jeff Obi. Hypocrite, an individual built refinery, but a nation has none. Ola Adewale, people deserve better if they know how to demand what belongs to all, because of some fraudulent fee. Okay. Nigerians in Nigeria are docile. There is no more word you can use in attributing Nigerians. Bushmom said, I don't know why we are still talking about the refinery of one of the people holding the destiny of Nigerians. I think when it comes to demanding for what belongs to us, you know, I think of this thing from this kind of angle, like, how can we elect someone into the position of leadership and still be demanding what we want from that person? Does it make sense at all? Now we've entrusted you to lead this country well, and we will still force you to do what is right. You know, it's something else.
Mr. Demian said that Nigerians will love to pray, so let's keep praying.
You know, I always say it. I think we kind of align when it comes to sharing our opinion. I always say that when we are supposed to pray, we don't pray. Then when we are supposed to act, we start praying. You now see, okay, Mr. Sampson is on the line. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah,
Good morning.
thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
All right, let's have your comment.
Okay. The subsidy on the subsidy removal,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a very bitter pill to swallow,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because this is like, I mean, we have been treated like the baby who has been fed for a very long period of time on various types of assorted cereal, and all of a sudden they are changing the cereal to pap. When I mean pap, ogi, you know, maybe you have been so used to Cerelac, and all of a sudden your parents tell you are moving to pap. Of course, the child will cry.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the child will survive. Now, we all are aware. I mean, thank God NLC had suspended their strikes. But let me tell you, the truth is, even if they had went ahead with that strike, they will not be able to pull much labor force. Because, I mean, the temperature outside, most people are actually aligning with the subsidy remover. However, people were demanding for more communication, because what people needed more from the government was strategic communication. We need consistent, communication. But I think we are lucky to have a new dispensation, and which is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And quickly, let me correct a notion.
Okay. Oh.
We lost Mr. Sampson on the phone line. Please, the line is still open. You can call back.
Yeah, Mr. Sampson, you can try to call back and just continue your contribution.
Back.
Okay, easier. Hello.
Okay.
Welcome
Hello.
back.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Absolutely.
you clearly.
Okay, good. So, like I was saying, I said, let me quickly correct the notion. Like you just said earlier on, we all know that from a family, you can have two kids. One would be a bad child. The other one will be a good child. So that doesn't necessarily mean that you will always extrapolate the failures of Buhari onto the new dispensation of Tinubu. We must learn to separate those two things. It's very critical. Okay? Because when we don't, it is only showing that we are naive and we are not sincere with ourselves. We must understand that, yes, they were all from the same family, but that does not necessarily state that they will, tow the same direction of policy making and successes. So what we need to do now is for the government to consistently communicate with us, because I believe we all want the subsidy to go. And as a matter of urgency, they need to work with the NLC. And on the other side, the NLC also needs to work. They shouldn't be docile. The NLC were too docile under perceived enough. They were not holding Buhari accountable on a monthly basis. We had since 2021 that this subsidy will go by the end of 2022, but the NLC were not doing their job by holding this man, the former president, but they were not holding him accountable on a monthly basis. They only demanded once, but they were not going back. They were supposed to be going back on a monthly basis, and they were supposed to be getting that report on a monthly basis, because we all knew the kind of person Buhari was. But that's gone now. We are in a new era. And in this new era, the subsidy is gone. The NLC demanding for a reversion. Then it makes me wonder that is the NLC part of the cartel of the subsidy beneficiaries? Because if they say they should revert back, if they revert back, they are simply asking for an extension of the subsidy. And like the government have said that they don't have money to even sustain that subsidy for additional 1 day. And I mean, we need to come to reality, and we trust is end. Trust is end. You don't buy trust. Trust is end. And everybody has lost so much trust in the past administration, which unfortunately the party ties it with Tinubu. So many people don't trust APC, and everybody's scared. Well, they might just end up like Buhari. At the end of the day, we just have to give them that benefit of doubt. And on the other side, as we are looking at the negatives, we also need to look at the positive. The fuel subsidy has made people become conservatives. People are now becoming conservatives. People are more becoming conscious of their waka about. People are not walking around anyhow these days. Everybody is now maintaining their local champions. I mean, that's just the truth. I mean, the issue on the front burner is this subsidy.
Yeah. And
that's why we all keep talking about it. We just hope this government will be sincere with us and they will audit the NNPC, because yes, that NNPC needs a serious overhaul. They need a serious forensic audit. We need to know we deserve to know it. Yeah. And then finally, for the refineries, my take is those refineries will act inconsequential as far as I'm concerned. Because the PIA, which is the regulation of fuel, if NNPC remains to be the owner of fuel, of that NNPC refineries, okay, any fuel that comes out from that refinery, any ordinary civilian will expect it to be cheaper. But it won't be like that. It can't be like that. Because if it is cheaper, it simply means that they are subsidizing that fuel, and therefore they are chasing every other private refineries away. As of today, I think we have about 2 refineries that are working even before Dangote. We have one Water Smith refinery. We have another one in Delta. Those ones are modular refineries which are about to also introduce the catalyst to refine fuel because of the advent of Dangote refineries and the likes. So NNPC needs to sell off, or they need to consensus that refinery. The name of that refinery needs to be changed. If it remains in an NNPC property, every Nigerian will expect the fuel to be cheaper. And if they do that, they will chase Dangote, Water Smith, and any other person that they are giving licenses in the last 8 years. They'll chase them away from the market, and then we are back to square one. Okay.
All right.
So that's my take on that.
All right, quickly, please. Can you give us your opinion on the TUC demanding 200,000 naira minimum wage?
I think TUC are living in Nevada, or maybe they are living in space. You are asking for 200,000 minimum wage, which is unrealistic. The 30,000 minimum wage, how many people have achieved? How many people have achieved the 30,000 naira minimum wage? How many states? Even the River State is there to achieve the minimum wage, not to talk of other poor states in the north. So we just need to be realistic. They're asking for 200,000. Why? They're asking for 200,000. Why? How is that realistic? And then lastly, let me tell you something. You see, when we convert the minimum wage of all this Western world, when we convert it to our money, there's something we normally forget. Because I was listening to you guys. You guys said the minimum wage maybe it's in UK or it's in Dubai.
Yeah. About
900,000. But we don't put into account their own cost of living. Do you understand their own standard of living? You hear how much they used to subscribe energy. Sometimes they use $30, $40 to subscribe. When you convert that to Naira, then you'll be shocked. Okay? Because when you convert $40, $50 to Naira, that's over 40,000, 50,000 for NEPA, which is just on a weekly basis. If you convert their house rent, they pay house rent. They pay as much as 500,000 for house rent on a monthly basis. So we need to put all those things into consideration. That's not the truth. So I think that's my take this morning.
All right, Mr. Sampson, thank you so much. I want to tell you something before you go offline. Okay, from tomorrow we'll be switching over to our sister channel, that's Flip TV Plus. Please, we would like you to subscribe to our sister channel Flip TV Plus, also on YouTube, so you can see the other content we drop there.
Okay, you guys should drop the link.
Yeah, the link is in the comment section.
You guys should drop. How are you?
Okay.
You guys should drop the link.
All right,
Yes?
sir.
Yeah, you guys should drop the link.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank
how
you.
are you?
All right, thank you.
How are you? Check me.
All right. I like when he said we do hope that this administration will favor Nigerians.
Yeah.
You know, I like that word. We do hope. You know, I wanted to ask him a question before. You know, when you said we don't have to compare the past administration with this new administration. I wanted to ask, what is the difference between the past administration and this new? What do you think will actually be the new thing that this dispensation, like he used the word?
No, I was
bring to the
actually
table?
even comparing them. Was like, it's not as if I'm comparing them to be precise. But when Mr. Damian spoke on probing the past administration, so I was like, they are from the same political party. How many have you seen, you know, those kind of situation? How many have we seen in the past? Someone from the same political party probing the same person in the same political party, especially your predecessor.
You know, not just the same political party. Not how it is done. The past administration was helped by this present administration to get into the seat of power, and now the past administration contributed to the emergence of the new administration. So how are they quite different?
So how do you even expect one to probe the other one?
Yeah, that is just the thing.
It's just something else.
Please, if you have a contrary opinion to this topics we are deliberating on this morning, please do well to call in. A phone number is dropped on the comment section that you can call in. Don't also forget that we'll be switching over to our sister channel Flip TV Plus, where we'll be dropping amazing content, just so you don't miss out in any of our content. Please subscribe to Flip TV Plus.
Yes, I can see Nigeria Future saying that Nigeria law needs to start holding past president and governors of poor government and any missing money and abuse of power. Mr. Osas is calling.
Okay.
Hello?
Mr. Osas, good morning.
Hello, good morning, guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Yes,
can
we
hear
can
you.
hear you, absolutely.
So, yeah, good morning, guys. So, I have I'll try and be brief as much as I can.
Okay.
And I have a contrary view to what the previous caller said. The only thing that I kind of agree to is pretty much the outrageous 200,000 naira, what's it called?
Minimum
wage. That's the only thing I kind of like agree with him. But besides that, I need him to know something. The idea of saying the new regime is a new transition and making it look awesome and all that is a little bit void. What I'm saying is a little bit void is we saw a whole bunch of discrepancy happening during the election. I personally sent money to a lady, to an account of a lady who actually lost her life in Edo State. You know, one of my friends put it on Instagram, and I had to donate a little bit of token that I can. And this is one of the things. That lady would never, ever be able to wake up from my deathbed, from my grave to take care of her kids anymore. She had like 4 kids or so. So scratch that. But the thing we need to understand is this. Like you said it earlier on, this same regime is simultaneous to the previous regime. This same regime has the same set of people, it's the same party that have taken the country to 77 trillion debt. And nobody can dispute that. The idea of us making it cool and all that, yeah, fine. It's okay. But I think, I know this is bad to say, but one thing I know for a fact is most Nigerians would never, ever realize how bad it is till they get so bad, till they become a victim, till they become, they become a repercussion of whatever the government is. And we shouldn't have to let it get to that. I'm not really big on, using grammar, trying to make things look cool. No, it's not cool. Everything look cool. Like, things are getting woke. I'm not in Nigeria, but I have people complaining. I have brother back home, I have families back home complaining. You understand? And the idea of even monopolizing the refinery is alone absurd. It's absurd because the oil would not have a market where they can actually swindle price, like bargain on price, because only one man is deciding. And we shouldn't have. Why would the whole country that produce oil have just one private person? When we have refinery, we have a couple of refineries that stop working for years. Like, we have Nigerians are one of the most smartest people in the world. Why are we making this? We just seem insane to the entire continent, to the entire earth, because we putting the wrong people in power. we don't prove our past leadership. Our past leadership can easily just wake up leaders can easily just wake up one day and just ruin everything for us. Loan money that they will never pay back. It makes no sense. We can't keep doing this. We can't keep using grammar, making it seem like everything is awesome, making it seem like everything is cool. No, it's not like that. You are struggling. Everybody's struggling. People are struggling. And besides, the subsidy stuff, you do not just get into power and just cancel subsidy. No, you don't do that. You try and if you want to take it off, you try and take it off slowly, by percentage. Try and see a way to mitigate the cost, a way to actually make Nigerians' life better. How do you come and just take off the whole subsidy and you're telling me the previous government told you there's no money to cover subsidy for another day? Does that make sense? Are Nigerians kids? Nigerians are not kids. Like, it makes no sense. We don't have to wait till we become Senegal or we become Venezuela or we become Sri Lanka before we start acting. It makes no sense. It makes zero sense. We need to get things right. We can't keep making the country get worse. And it sucks because if the ticking time bomb actually explodes, even your previous caller won't be able to talk. Everybody will be able to scared. If you do not know, if nobody do not know, in the past 8 years, we've lost 20,000 medical practitioners. 20,000 migrating from Nigeria all the way to the UK. They don't mind even getting a lesser job that they have to do extra certificates for. I don't think Nigerians understand. I don't think we understand. I don't think so. We have so much people migrating away because they want a better life. Do you think I want to migrate to another country if I want a better? If that same guy, previous caller that just called now, get a visa to the United States or get a visa to the UK or get a visa to Finland, that guy will japa. I mean, they tell you, he will leave immediately because it's a better life there. It's a better opportunity there. And I know what I'm saying. I graduated from university 2012. I have friends who are master's degree older. I have friends who are like bachelor's degree older, who are
Andra Nereko, Estamba Seko.
All right, so moving
Okay,
on.
sorry about that. We are back with the audio now.
Yeah, so was talking about the counter-terrorism not backed by intelligence is of no use coming from Tinubu. So what I'm saying now is that we need to. He said people should not hold intelligence, especially, and also the Nigeria Air Force, Nigerian Navy, and Nigerian Army should be in one accord. I don't know. In recent times, there are insinuations from some people that they are not really in the same accord like that. But I think if they are in the to hear that he came on an interview with BBC Hausa, then he said there are some people in the former government, financing, and also they are benefiting from what they are doing. But if they are not benefiting, why haven't they killed him? He said it there.
This is very simple. You know who the terrorists are. You know their hideout or their hiding place. You know where they are. You know how they operate. Mm-hmm. And then you are doing nothing to catch them. You understand? And you are the government in charge. And you're not doing anything to deal with these people. Mm-hmm. That means there's something that they are doing that you call a terrorist for negotiation. You call them for negotiation. Like, these people are the ones causing havoc, perpetrating a lot of heinous crimes in a society, and you're calling them for interrogation. Is that the best way? But there's something I realized, ever since the new regime, these bandits, Boko Haram, kidnapping, since over 1 week now. Today is Tuesday. It's just a week and a day, of the new administration. We've not heard that somebody has been kidnapped.
They are still operating. They killed about 2 people in Kaduna, abducted 30 plus. Yeah, just yesterday in Kaduna State.
Wow, I've not seen that.
So they are still doing their things there. So
I just feel that this new government, this new regime has a lot of work to do.
A lot.
And the fact that they are starting with this fuel subsidy is actually disheartening to me. Because I feel that there are other things that were supposed to be tackled or looked into first, before this fuel subsidy. Because this fuel subsidy, I feel that it is something that they are supposed to come later on to tell Nigerians that we are moving to this era, or we are moving out of this, we are entering into this, and this is how it is going to be. Not to keep Nigerians in the dark, and everybody is just in a place of who knows what is going to happen. You understand? So it's just that bad.
Actually, like what Mr. Damian has said, he said it should have been a gradual process. Let's say, okay, you're subsidizing the fuel 100%, or let's say 60% you're subsidizing the fuel. Now you should be coming out to say that we don't have enough money, and we don't just want to remove the subsidy. We don't just want to remove it like that in order not to put the people in sudden shock or something. So now we'll be cutting it, we'll divide it into 2. Now we were subsidizing this thing for 60% before. Nigerians are paying for the remaining 30%. Now you'll be paying for 30%. We would pay for.
See, I don't still I can't really understand how you are subsidizing fuel and yet our refineries are not working properly.
Okay.
Our refineries are not working the way they are ought to
be working.
Why? It's like the story never clear. Let me just put it that way, because I feel that before we even come to this place of, okay, we are subsidizing fuel, our refineries are supposed to be working at least to a large extent.
Yeah.
We have like 4 major refineries in Nigeria, and the 4 of them, we can't even boast of one that is actually working.
100%.
You understand? And now we are talking about fuel subsidy.
Yeah.
So
it's just something else. It's something else.
Honestly, see, right now, people are talking about how to alleviate poverty, how to do this, how to do that. This present regime actually have a lot to do. Nigeria is owing a good number of debts that we don't even know how and when we are going to, when the whole debt will finish paying all the debts and all. Okay, that aside, the banditry, the kidnapping, the terrorism, the Boko Haram, the e-swap, all of them, they are there. And fuel subsidy, I feel that before you even say, okay, we are going to do this, Nigerians need to have been informed. Or you do it gradually. Not something you just wake up and you just...
Yeah.
That was one of the problems that Nigerians had with the past administration. Because they don't inform the people they actually serving.
Yeah.
You just wake up and do things. You know, you just hear that we are borrowing things because we are just entering it, you know. It's just looking as see if they are coming with that same pattern. You know, you just assumed office and you're making an announcement that you know that will affect people.
Exactly.
You know, someone actually said that these people, if you like, talk from now to tomorrow, do they use fail?
They don't pay for this fuel. They have access to everything. They bring it to them on a platter of gold. So I just think, according to what Mr. Damian said, it should have been, you don't just do things at a go like that when it comes to, you know, removing the fuel subsidy. I think it should have been a segment in a gradual phase. Probably you should say, okay, in the next 2 months or next 3 months or next 6 months, you would be removing the subsidy. Okay, let's say you want to do it 2 months. So now next month, as from next month, the price of fuel might increase because we were subsidizing it for 60% before.
Sorry, please. I'm seeing a comment. The voice is not working, guys. What's going on? Okay.
I think it's working now.
Okay.
Yeah, so if it was like, well, let's say Nigerians are paying for 30%, the people will be paying for 60%, we would be paying for 30% for the next 1 month. So now it would be a gradual process. Now, after that, then the coming month would remove it totally. So people would have a mind whereby, you know, it would be a step down a little bit, not just direct, you know, stuff. So I think it would actually be hard on Nigerians, but they're just saying that Nigerians,
as in, I'm included.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people are going through a lot of things. You know, you want to enter transport, something that we enter for like 200 naira, you are spending 500 naira only to drop at a particular junction that will not even that, and that's not your destination.
Yeah.
You still take another one to get, and it's not as if, see, the cost of living in Nigeria is getting worse. And now, why? It's because of things, times like this. Because you can't, like, see, you are a governor, or you are a president. Let me use the word a servant.
Yeah.
Because a leader
Public
is
servant.
first of all a servant.
Yeah.
You know, you are serving people, and now you don't even care how they are feeling. You don't care what's happening with them. You just want to do things like, let me do it, they will adjust. So at the process of adjusting, people now keep
I feel like, okay, we are still carrying the weight like side by side, but if you just remove everything once and for all, so that where will you be investing the remaining 45 naira? Would you throw it away? If you don't tell him where you'll be putting the remaining 45, you can say, okay, I'll be keeping the remaining 45 naira for you in the next 1 year or 2 years. I'll give it to you. You use it to start something. It would be in the person's mind like, okay, then this money is going somewhere else. Then that means I can actually survive now and enjoy the dividends tomorrow. But if this old money is not going somewhere else, we are not hearing all this stuff.
Okay, if I understand you correctly, as in, why not the daddy, you know, as in letting the people producing these biscuits to have more hands on deck to make sure that they produce more biscuits so that the biscuits can be more.
Okay.
Or even have more people who can establish biscuit factories.
Okay.
So that when there are more biscuits, there will be, you will not feel that I'm the only person producing these biscuits, so the price has to be this.
Okay.
Do you understand? So that, okay, we can actually like know how we're going to go around it so that the price can still remain because we have more people having it.
You know, they failed to fix the refineries.
And that is the problem.
That is just the problem.
That is the problem. Something is not working properly and you're coming out to tell Nigeria, why don't you focus on how to make these things work? So that if you're coming to tell us one thing, we know that, okay, this is okay, we can understand.
See,
It's just somehow.
The truth of the whole matter is that many of these people, I won't like to mention anybody's name, but many of these people that we've actually elected and they've appointed some people into seats of power, if they fix that refinery, many of them would not enjoy all this money that is coming from nowhere anymore. They would not. So they are protecting their own personal interest.
That's why I actually say that we are very, very selfish in this part of the world.
I wouldn't use the word we, because we would be everybody. So let me say they.
See, we are very selfish. Nigerians are selfish, and that's the simple truth. Nigerians are selfish. See, I told someone something like, if until you are being put in a place of power, you can't assert how your behavior is going, because see, that's the truth. You know, until you are being tested.
Yeah.
You can't say I can't do it until you're tested. You know, one thing is selfishness and greed. That's what is killing us in this country. because you just want to, you
do
want
we say
to apply
us or the ones we've elected into position?
not just the ones that are elected, everybody. Just
but leadership is followership. Leadership is followership.
Before these ones became a leader, they were once company owners. They were once factory owners. They were once what's it called, managers in their places. Okay, look at this. Two of us, we saw this report once. I think that should be in Ibadan or your state, right? Whereby, is it a Lebanese company or something like that? Okay. They hired people, and then the other one goes to the back to tell the manager to reduce their. You see, is he a leader? Like, is he a governor? He's not a governor. He's not a president. He's not even a senator. He's just an ordinary Nigerian who happens like to get the opportunity to manage a number of people.
Yeah.
And he's acting that way. That means if that person leaves that position and goes into the political sector, come on, he will do the worst. That's why I said most Nigerians, we are very, very selfish in this part of the world, honestly, and it's bad. That's one of the things that is affecting us. Okay, let's even look at this. The president, Bola Tinubu, made a declaration. Fuel subsidy is gone, right? We understand that how the pronouncement was made was impromptu, and without proper information, without notification to Nigerians. And then, in a twinkle of an eye, all the fuel marketers, fuel stations, they changed their prices immediately. They are not politicians. They are fuel marketers. They immediately change their prices. Think about this. You bought fuel for 185 naira in the morning. You're coming back in the afternoon. Fuel is now 600 naira. You're now wondering, like, how did this happen? Between how many minutes?
It's because there are no laws. There are laws, but the laws are just like toothless bulldog. That's just what I would call it. When you are making laws and the laws are not, implementation of these laws, they are not effective. We don't have institutions that are regulating all these bodies, that are holding them accountable, so everyone can actually do anyhow he likes. That's just what I think. When we have people that are wicked in seat of power or in places like that, we need strict laws. There are some countries you can't steal. It's not possible. I think in China or something, if you see, don't worry. If you know you want to, you're tired of this world, just steal public funds. You're gone. Nobody would go to any court to say probably you were under duress, or the money mistakenly entered your account, or monkey swallowed the money. You're gone. But in Nigeria, we don't do such. We glorify them. Even give them titles.
I feel that until an average Nigerian wakes up, all this thing that we are going through today will continue.
See, it's not about waking up. If an average Nigerian wakes up now and goes to the street or start talking, they will either label you hip-hop terrorist, or label you Yoruba Nation agitation, or say that you are from the other political party trying to instigate other people.
See, what happened in Sri Lanka?
See,
everybody came out in one accord.
Sri Lanka and Nigeria.
We too they fear.
With Sri Lanka.
Are too scared.
See, what happened in Sri Lanka? Do you think what happened in Sri Lanka?
And you're being scared. I don't want it to be me.
Do you think what happened in Sri Lanka can happen in Nigeria?
It can.
This is why I will tell you. This is why I will tell you it can't. Because Nigeria is divided into three.
We don't have to wait till it gets to that point.
During the NSAS protest, there were some people that were allegedly being induced, or would I say embossed or something. They were protesting that they wanted SARS during the NSAS protest. When many people were saying we don't want SARS, that was when you now come outside to say we want SARS. No, is it even logical at all? So this is what they would do. Something like that Sri Lanka stuff. They would divide everybody. They will now start playing ethno-religious fights between them. Once they realize that the people are getting united, they will just put one ethnic war like this, piam. Because many of them own media houses, they will just spin a particular story. Now, then everybody will start fighting himself.
Do you know the truth?
Not the government anymore.
So now,
and they have where to run to.
You are Nigerian, aren't you? Now you understand that this is the game they play.
That's the game.
How come the other night until the other
some Nigerians don't know?
That's what I'm saying. Until that Nigerian who doesn't know begins to reason this way, that we are not the problem, that the problem that we are having is being orchestrated from there. Until we get to that point, we will still be in this mess.
So what is the final solution now?
Until we come together. Until we come together to agree. See, we don't need to belong to any political class.
Okay.
Until we come together, to actually like look into what is happening to us. But then there's something I said before. Until we begin to think selflessly. Until we begin to think selflessly, not selfishly. and until we put greed
there are some
aside.
people that are actually selfless, but they are being taken advantage of. So they now feel like, now I've been doing this thing selflessly, not knowing that those people I'm even doing it for, they are even more selfish and brutal than I am. I think that's what has made many people to now become selfish.
You actually think that, see, the truth,
I think one thing, personally, from my view,
the new breed of Nigerians that are coming up now, these young Nigerians that are coming up, that how would I put it now? The teenage Nigerians that we have today, if you look at them, see, if time is not taken there, they are
those TikTok teenage ones. I don't think they even care. Once they are making their money, they don't even care about who rules the country. Many of them.
That's what you think. See, I actually feel that that a lot of things are happening that we are actually closing our eyes to. A lot of things are happening on the ground that we are closing our eyes to, just because we feel that it does not concern me. See, let me tell you something.
It concerns everybody.
It will get to a point whereby people will no longer take it. Okay, take for example. What if other countries of the world that Nigerians are running to begin to say that we don't want Nigerians here? What will happen?
Do you know why they won't say that? Because when Nigerians
let's say what if? Let's say they
can't say it.
No. Let's say they can't say it. What if they say that? What will happen to Nigerians?
Nigeria will come
I'm
back
not
here.
saying that they will say it, but if peradventure they say that,
okay,
and what if other countries of the world peradventure they say, Nigerians, please go back to your country, what do you think will happen?
Nigerians will come
then
back.
Nigerians will come back. Now everybody will now close their eyes and say, let's shall see. No, there will be serious problem. It's because other countries are accommodating us. That's why we feel like, okay, last we go jackpot.
This is where this is how they do the division. They know that an average Nigerian on the street can't just start anything without some, would I say, kingpins among them. There are some people that they are ready to face anything. They have to be at the forefront. I'm not saying they should be there, but when they are at the forefront, these are the set of people that the government, the people in power would buy them over. And they will just like, okay, this one now, if we give this one 200 million now, you go shut up. That's what they would do. That's what they have been doing. That is their game plan. So what I just think is, I think why many Nigerians are now becoming selfish is that you see some people perpetrating evil acts and they are going scot-free. Even if you are so very selfless, a time will come whereby you become selfish. Let's say someone has stolen public funds and nothing is being done. They don't prosecute the person. They don't do anything. They didn't, back in the days, I used to hear of firing squad. There was a time, when you steal or when you have been accused of something or corruption, they would, put you somewhere, and just kill the person. But right now, are we hearing of it? We are not hearing of it anymore, which means that we are now reducing the weight of the law and the implementation. It is now non-existent at all. You just hear, let's go to court because the judge.
This thing you're saying,
so until we have people being prosecuted, we have more selfish people.
I have something on my mind and in my heart. I really wish I can say it out the way it is, but then because I am not to an extent not allowed to enforce my own opinion on this show, that's why I'm not going to say it.
Okay.
When you're talking about firing squad, people committing crime, and then they are going scot-free, I wanted to ask you, sorry please bro, who are our leaders? Who are they? People who are free from evil, people who does not have skeleton in their cupboard, people who have not committed crime before, people who have not been engaged in one heinous crime or the other. See, until we have leaders whose hands are a little bit clean, not the ones that their hands are overly dirty.
Okay.
The ones at least their hands are clean, at least to an extent. In all the spheres of the political in this country, at least their hands are clean to an extent. Then we will not think of having firing squad again. But until then, because these ones that we know that we are seeing that are just around us, are they free? Like, are they innocent? Can you accuse them of a thing and be sure that they will not be found guilty, at least to an extent?
Now, that is what I'm talking about. When everything started coming down, that is why it got to this point whereby anybody who, in fact, many of them now that are in the seat of power, their hands are not really clean like that. When they've realized that the implementation of the law and even the weight of the law is now getting very, very low, and now is nothing is even there anymore. You see someone, they say you've sentenced this person to life imprisonment or to death by hanging. We don't see any video or any thing.
There is something I heard someone say once. The person mentioned something like, you have, not in your family, let's say this particular family, they have someone who is a thief, and they have a kingpin The kingpin is not, let's say, the thief is different from the kingpin. The kingpin is the thief who matured, groomed himself from becoming a thief to a hardened criminal. Then he becomes a kidnapper and now turns to a lord. You understand? Then in that same family, they have a thief and they have a kingpin. And the other family now have, how will I put it now? Let's use the word a criminal.
Okay.
A criminal is graduating to become
the kingpin.
You understand? Okay, now let's look at this. You have these people in these families.
In the same family.
No,
different families.
Like in two families, you have a thief and you have a kingpin.
Yeah.
And the other family, you just have a criminal. So among the thief, kingpin, and the criminal, who are you going to? Like, who are you going to trust more?
See,
they are all
three
bad.
of them. Let them throw them away. Throw three of them away, because you can't. Once you have that iota of negativity in you, it will keep on growing. Especially when there is nothing to restrict you. Now you've become a leader. You are now at the seat of power. You are above everything. You know. I always say this thing. When we have weaker institutions that are weaker, that politicians are stronger than, there is no way the country can move forward. There has to be punishment. We need strict punishment. If you do this is what will happen. It's not about going to any court. You should not be in the law that you can appeal it. There should be some things that once you do it, you're done for. Let's just know. You see, even if some people, we have not seen anybody who has gone to heaven or hellfire and take picture and bring it to us here. But even imagining it alone, some people they don't even want to sin. Just imagine that, okay, you get to a place, you get burnt by fire. Because there is punishment. And that is why people are doing good. It's not as if they actually want to do it. But they know, if I do this thing, this is where I'm heading to. But now, in this atmosphere or this environment that we are now, when even if I do this one now, I'll just tell you, let's go to court. Because I know the judge, I know the chief judge, I know almost everybody in the police force. Then I will go scot-free.
And probably before you became the judge, probably during your school days, you've committed murder.
Something like that.
And then this one already not you killed one person. So if you misbehave, I will tell them that you're the one that killed this person. And that's the problem that we're having. All right, our viewers, I think with this, we've come to the end of the program today. But before we leave, let's take a look at the feedbacks.
Yes, the feedback. Mr. Damian Osaz said, okay, let me start from Pushmom. Pushmom said, Johnson, please, where is he now? You guys should stop making it look as if many Nigerians have a president. I voted for Hamza Mustafa, but most Nigerians voted for LP, so I go with them. Damian Osas said, a force bigger than NSAS can happen, and I'm not sure Nigerians want that. Yeah. Pushmom, just in case, why can't you guys say the truth? Keep on disgracing yourself, thinking that you are disgracing many Nigerians. Continue to be blind. Okay, Pushmom, how can we come together when we aren't one? I really want the country to be divided, and if not, let them do it regional. Exactly. Let it just be regional and let everybody grow at his own pace. When you're dragging too much load together, it will weigh you down. If this region wants to run, let it run. If the other one wants to fly, let it fly. If the other one wants to be stagnant, let it be stagnant. Instead of dragging everybody into one space. No, I think it should just be regional and everybody will be fine. And also he said, Oladewale said, indeed, the rogue politicians are very brutal and they care less about your cry. Damian says it would have get to worse before Nigerians will be wise already. For now, they haven't been pushed to their limits yet. Oladewale, those so-called leaders are not invincible, because you know them and they grew more strength.
And that's the truth. They grow more strength.
They grow more strength.
When you keep empowering a thief, he will end up becoming a kidnapper. I don't know, not for real. I've been using these words, and I feel like I don't know. I don't want to say it the way it's playing in my head. I'm trying my best, right?
Yeah.
But then that's the best way I can express it. If you keep empowering a thief and keep
encouraging a thief now,
and you keep telling a thief is doing something, you be like, no be only thief. Shebi na only phone he collect. Rob bank. Then he now goes and rob the bank. He be like, no be only 2 million he collect. He no carry the whole money now. Before you know it, you're empowering. The day he will loot the whole country. That day your eyes will not open. Okay, our viewers, thank you so much for being part of the program today.
Thank you.
Please don't forget that we'll be moving all our content to our sister channel, Flip TV Plus. Just in case you're asking, how do I get to know about this Flip TV Plus, please, the link is on the comment section. Do click and follow us. Please don't forget to subscribe to Flip TV Plus, and also turn on the notification bell so you can get all of our amazing contents as they drop. Thank you so much. I am your girl, Gladys Aloze.
So till we come your way tomorrow again for this exciting edition of the program Lagos This Morning on Flip TV Plus. Bye for now and do stay safe.
Flip TV Plus. Please don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah.
Thank you so much and bye for now.
Bye.
100 naira eko, Suspends eko.